Doing well. I'm Rich. Harry? Mary.
Hey, there she is. How you doing? Good. You remember Rich? Yep. Okay, hi. Was that today?
Are those
You mean the big ones?
Yeah,
I have no idea which ones they are, but they are.
Yeah, I can change,
That's interesting.
at the moment, I have it set,
I don't know.
all of you in frame, but I can make adjustments if I wanted to, no problem at all, I can do that. So you're going first.
You like it?
No, it's what I'm here to do, so I just need to know what's happening.
We appreciate you first.
No problem.
Are you girls getting everybody lined down? Are you getting everybody lined down?
We're ready to start.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
We're going to all do all we can do. We got to.
That's why we're so excited. I know that. I'll sit here. What's that?
Okay.
We got you.
All right. We're in.
I guess so.
Make a 5. Well, you're all right.
You're fine, man.
I did too. It is 6:04.
Oh my God.
everyone, and thank you for coming. It's very exciting to have this many people show up for one of our meetings, so we're really excited about it. we have people on Google Meet and Facebook. There's a live stream going on, so hello to everybody out there. Thanks to Kurt, he's my son here for doing all the monitoring for us and whatnot. And here we have Judy Ashby, Mary Reichach, Allison Powell Poppy, sorry.
Just call me Allison Powell.
Poppy, and I'm Nell Petrell. So, Mary and I have been co-leads of this group since 2018, and we've managed to keep it viable and grow numbers over time. And many of you have been with us through this whole time, and some of you are new. We appreciate all of you. Recently, we've had a big uptake in membership numbers. Lots of people have joined us since January. So that was kind of, when we originally planned this meeting, it was because we're like, okay, we need to get together with some people. But now things have been happening so fast that we've changed. Like every week we change what our focus is gonna be for this meeting. But, so we finally decided on, volunteerism, so. But anyway, so it's a good thing that we've got the uptake, and I think we can all agree the situation in our country right now is really bad, so it's not getting any better. And we don't know what the future holds. We don't even know who our next leader is gonna be, or what the strategy is gonna be, but we feel like we need to be more prepared and ready to act when the time comes, if the time comes to need it, so. Indivisibles across the country are having great success because they're able to put a team of people together to work on activities and issues, and they can put a large number of people into action to show up, make phone calls, write letters, all of that. You are here because you're concerned with what is going on and hopefully looking for ways to participate. We want to seize the moment. I believe Indivisible Shawnee can make a difference in Southern Illinois if we band together, put our minds to it, and I feel like we have to do that. So, we're not asking anyone to do more than they feel they can do. We don't want to guilt you into participating. We're here to offer opportunities to participate. We hope we have enough interest with everyone, so that no one person will feel burdened, with the load. It's going to take us a little time to organize, get things fully functional, but this is a start for us. So all that being said, right now the pressing need that we have is for volunteers for our upcoming protest on April 5th. And then you guys planning on coming to the protest? So right now we have over 130 people saying that they're coming, and the interest list is huge. So we really are expecting a big crowd for this. So some of the things we're looking for are people to take photos, video, and then get it to Mary and Allison Allison will tell you, give you more information on that. We need somebody to do head counting. We need a little bit of help with security, not that we think there's gonna be a problem, but just watchful eyes, people that can say, hey, this is going on, that's going on. Mary and Allison are gonna be the leads at the protest, so they'll be the ones to report to. But so the security, it sounds ominous, but it's more just keeping a watchful eye and then being able to notify if something seems awry. We don't really know what to expect. We've had counter protesters in the past, but it's been a while, so I don't know if we will.
Can I acknowledge that the last 4 protests we've had on that corner here in Carbondale, we had 170 the first, and then 140, and then 100 in the last 2. And I noticed an awful lot of honking and thumbs up and cheers, and only 3 middle fingers.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Not bad. We can live with the middle fingers. We don't have a problem with that. So, good point though. So anyway, so there's that, and then we are looking for 2 or 3 people that wouldn't mind giving interviews to the press, newspaper. Looking for either people who've been affected by some of the changes, teachers, veterans, farmers, Shawnee forest workers, post office workers, any people like that. So if you don't mind giving an interview, check with Mary or Allison on that. So I've got a sign-up sheet I'll be handing out for this, and I wrote at the top, my handwriting's awful, but I wrote at the top what each one is for, so if you're interested in doing that, if you can put your name and your information so we can have contact information, that'd be great. But if you could show up at like 12:45, because the protest starts at 1, so show up at 12:45, 12:30, they'll be there, check in at the plaza, and then that way then they will know that who's there, right? And so beyond April 5th, so that's that, but we know there's gonna be a lot more things coming up, so we are gonna be called to do lots of things over the next several months, I'm sure. So we don't wanna wait until the last minute and then try to organize at that time, so we would like to establish maybe some committees, people who you're interested in, working on, and so I guess that's what these sign-up sheets are for. And if we're missing anything, please offer your suggestions, we're open to whatever. So some of the committees, we're looking for social media people, rapid issue protests, sustainable pressure on Mike Bost, that's one of the committees.
I'll be heading that one.
Again, photo, videotaping events, groups that are interested in maybe carpooling to other areas or to Springfield, that type of stuff. And then if you sign up, if you're interested in being a chair of the committee, put a star by your name, and then we can see who the leadership might be, so. This is all, we're starting, we've got the infrastructure, but we're building. We're trying to be ready for what's coming. We know it's coming, so we're trying to be ready for it. And then if you need any more ideas, because everybody says, what can I do, what can I do? So, tons of things. I just listed off a whole bunch of things that we need. And then if there are other things, like Indivisible Illinois has volunteer opportunities every week for phone banking. They have a group called the Truth Brigade, goes online and combats all the false information. Let's see. And then there will be campaigns starting next year. Vivian's going to be running a campaign. We'll be looking for volunteers to work the campaigns. So we need to replace Mike Bost, and we need to get our candidates in office. And then there's always the boycotts, there's handing out flyers, letters to editor, phone calls to representatives. So there's tons of stuff. Also, if you have skill and passion, run for office, right? So that's something that we need. So there's no shortage of opportunity to participate. And so we're gonna pass around these sheets with pens, and you guys can sign where you want. One last thing I'll just mention. I just got an email. They're looking for people who are interested from the 12th district in flying to DC, April 9th and 10th. All expenses paid by the Citizen Action Group of Illinois. I've got the email if you're interested. You can check in with me after this, and I can get you there's like a little application to fill out if you'd be interested in that. So they want you to go see Mike Bost in Washington, D.C.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that's the occasion to try and
Yes,
see him.
to lobby them.
I would love to, but I'm terrified.
You're afraid to form. So,
Right, especially with the plane.
So anyway, I'll turn it over to Allison now, and she can give you some breakdown of what.
Can I just throw in a suggestion?
Sure.
I'm the political action chair on a lot of groups.
Yes.
We might want to have a political action committee, and I'd be glad to be chair of that. I do that a lot. We connect with, Bill.
We have
Sanders
a sign up kind of for that.
Okay,
We
good,
do.
good.
I'm gonna let Mary.
You want Mary?
Oh, yes, this is Vivian Robertson.
Oh, yes,
right?
and to everybody, this is Vivian Robinson. She's the central committee
State
woman
Central
of
Committee
District
woman,
12.
Vivian.
Vivian Robinson.
Yes. Whoever's next. I'm gonna start passing these around.
You can sit, yep.
This is what I look like.
Just make sure, Mary, just make sure you project. Please.
I only have a few things to talk about. Okay, she asked me to stand.
You got it?
I'm sorry. I have that called. Okay, I am just going to talk briefly about Indivisible National. I know some of you know who they are. they were the people that started the whole thing. Leah and Ezra are their names. They have grown this since Trump took office way back when. And since he took office this time, they have added about 600 new groups nationwide, indivisible groups. And it's an enormous, they have so far, the last I heard was over 600 nationwide events happening on April 5th all over the country. Yeah, so they also, National offers training, so you can get on there and training. One of the trainings I was gonna mention was if anybody's interested in the security, keeping people on sidewalks, keeping problems from happening, they offer a de-escalating training on April 1st or 2nd?
I don't know, I just know it's on Zoom.
It's on,
and there's
and it's
several
a Zoom.
opportunities, I think.
And other than that, for the future, Indivisible National has a lot of opportunities to do things nationally. And one of their biggest things that they want are people to actually run for office, like-minded people, to run for any office they possibly can. Anything, precinct person, anything, it's important, isn't it? It's really important. So, I can send anybody a link for that training if they want it. And that's what I want to talk about in the protest. It has to be peaceful. Indivisible National is a peaceful group. When it first started, we had to actually sign paperwork saying we were going to remain peaceful. I expect people to be peaceful because obviously we love people. Even the ones that may counter-protest us,
Fighting for their rights.
we can't feed into them. We have to remain calm. We're there for a reason. We're not having political speakers or lots of anything like that because it's just us, the people, out on the street, as far as that line will go, to make a point that we all care, not just Carbondale, because I saw a lot of people are coming from further away. So that's what it's all about. If you want any information on Indivisible National, getting on any of their, anything, you can let me know and I'll get your, whatever you left over there on the sign-up sheet. And I can forward links to whoever's interested in doing that stuff.
And you can message on Facebook Messenger Indivisible Shawnee.
Yes, you can do that.
Or I believe, yeah, and there's an email saying Indivisible Shawnee, right?
If I answer you and it doesn't say it's from Mary, it says Indivisible Shawnee because I'm actually in that program, but for that stuff, it'll be me answering you probably, okay? That's about what I have to say.
Well, I am Allison, and I got involved because of Mike Boast, actually. Because of Mike Boast. He's been a special interest of mine for a while now. I'm sure you've seen my comments on his posts. So I literally just got a hold of these ladies and just jumped right in, and I'm glad I did because this has been very fulfilling, and there's room for everybody in this. It's all inclusive. We are fighting just as much for the other side as we are for ourselves.
Yes, I'm sorry, we're not just a Democrat.
No,
group.
it's nonpartisan, actually have it written down
So-
here. So it is our dutiful, lawful, nonviolent resistance to express our discontent with Elon and Musk is gonna be the main point of April 5th. I have, on these sign-up sheets and stuff, I was just gonna explain a few things on that. One of the main things after the protest we're gonna be focusing on is Boast. We're gonna do sustainable pressure on him as far as, I need people to call daily, email him, make appointments with him. I mean, if you see him in public,
Track him.
yeah, bird dog him, which is like when you ask him a question when he's somewhere else, like at a, I don't know, if you see him at lunch or something.
When he's at Bruce Brothers
Yes.
in Murfreesboro.
That'll work too. Or at his wife's salon, wherever. I need a lot of people to do that, write op-eds. What did you say about that?
Letters to the editor.
But you preferred that they didn't say anything about
If you
indivisible.
sign it with your name and Indivisible, they probably won't print it because we know our paper here.
Just sign your name.
Just your name. Yeah, I found that out. I had some good letters there, so it didn't seem to make it in.
That's great. But so we're gonna need a lot of help with recruitment, canvassing, stuff like that, and this is all after April 5th. We won't start any of that until we get the protest done. But some of those we're gonna need help. We have somebody running a Reddit page. Mary and I are both messing with the Facebook. If anybody wants to help us start an Instagram, that would be great. We're not set on that, but that would be wonderful. As far as the video and pics from the protest, you can email them, or in the future, whenever, you can email them to us at indivisibleshawnee@gmail.com. You can post them yourselves, tag us in it, Indivisible Shawnee if you can. And then we'll probably have a hashtag. I think we're gonna use hands off 2025 for the protest. So if you don't wanna post from your personal page, we understand, and we'll post it for you. So, but do make sure to tag us if you do post. And Boast has 6 offices if you count BC. So, I'm not sure if all of them are open because it's hard to get a hold of anyone ever there. So we need people to be willing to, we're connected with a few other groups that are gonna do a further north, but we might need somebody to do some traveling or something like that. As far as the security at the event, that's just gonna be mainly, making sure people stay on the sidewalk and don't get too rowdy, I guess.
And don't litter.
Yeah, no litter, I can't litter. Just speaking in interviews for the protest, we're not looking for anything crazy dramatic. We're just looking for good size, like good sound bites would be great.
They'll want to know your story. They'll ask you a long bunch of questions, and then they'll print 3 lines. So,
Right.
and then they'll
So,
share.
you know, if you do want to do that, just let us know and we can kind of
Make
prepare
sure
you
that
for that or
happens.
whatever you
Do
need.
you know what media is gonna be covering this protest?
Well, I've sent out media releases right now to 11 different places.
And if you guys have any other ideas, let us
Yeah,
know.
you got DEA coming,
Yeah, the Daily Egyptian, I do. Well, they
I
haven't
hope so.
responded, but
right?
they'll
Well,
get
if you
more.
have a problem, tell me.
Oh,
I
And
actually-
then we can do some talking points and pass out at the rally, because that's effective.
That-
Just a 1-pager.
That was my next
This is what she
actual
said.
statement.
Well, I'm
was
just
that.
trying, I'm
No,
a
you're right,
social worker
and I
at heart,
appreciate it.
and I wanna help.
Yeah.
And we need all the help we can get. I have been an election judge in Livingston County since I was 18. My grandpa was a precinct committeeman for his entire life over there, so I've got my hand on a lot of politics as far as that went. But we will have some literature that you can either pick up later, or we'll have it available possibly at the protest for canvassing like parking lots. We basically want to get a message out to the MAGA people about, you know, this is what they're saying and this is what's really happening. You know, just a bread, it's called breadcrumbing, actually. So just make them think a little bit, you know, just get a little bit of info through there so that they can maybe start questioning the rest of the rhetoric. I did want to make sure we had a carpooling, because there's all kinds of things. If you feel like you can't do something, you know, like come to the protest or do anything big, there's always stuff we need help with. No action is unimportant. So with these like rapid action things, that might just be making a phone call. It might be, we need carpooling, we need someone to drive. We might need someone to video the meeting, like Kirk's doing.
Showing up,
Just show up and let us know if we just want some reliable people that we can count on when these things go into effect. If anyone knows anyone at SIU, I'm looking for a point person there. I've had a lot of luck with the Young Democrats yet. I'm not sure if I'm calling the wrong number or what's going on there, but I would really like to get the school involved somehow in Carbondale and John A. Logan for that. Yes, ma'am?
I'll reach out to them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. What's your name?
Christina.
Christina. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. And make sure if you get the sign-up sheet, let me know.
I can also reach out to the president of the Young Democratic Socialists.
Wonderful. That would be
Is that the
fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, okay, same thing.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
You go ahead.
Well, then you guys can both, if you
Yes.
can, whoever.
I think it from different
Maybe if a
sides.
couple
Yes,
of us do it,
exactly.
whatever, yeah.
And we welcome them to come to the protest, anything, to show up to the meetings.
Yes.
We're not sure how often we're gonna be having them yet.
And we will continue to have volunteer sign-up sheets and try to recruit
Right.
volunteers.
And if you have any questions, email the group or email us or on Facebook Messenger, we're pretty active on, so.
Tell us your email again.
Indivisibleshawnee@gmail.com.
Here, anybody, I've got.
Yeah, we have cards.
But,
And we will have some literature we're gonna be printing up hopefully, so for the canvassing, it should hopefully be available at the protest, but if not,
I'll just
if
have
you
them
wanna
at
do
the-
that,
at
just
the
take a
table.
few,
Yeah.
take 100, whatever you wanna do, we would be glad to just get some of those little breadcrumbs out. I think let me see here. I think we've covered everything. I am still looking for, it sounds like a bad joke, but I'm looking for a postal worker, a farmer, a vet, a teacher, and someone that works in the forestry department. They're all gonna walk into a bar. No, I'm kidding. But we do need people from those occupations, so if you know anyone who's interested,
That have been affected.
that have been affected by it, yes, you don't
Could you
have
say
to.
the occupations again?
I'm sorry?
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
Farmer, a teacher, a postal worker, someone from the forestry, Shawnee Forest, and what was the other one? The farmer? I said that.
We got
A veteran.
A teacher,
a teacher,
that
a
was it.
veteran.
Yes,
Someone
teacher,
who's been
veteran,
affected by
yes.
the cutback.
Another thing I'm really gonna focus on at some point is the SAVE Act, as far as the voting.
Oh.
We have, yeah,
To start
that's,
working on other issues.
that's a mess.
Problem.
I do have a few copies of the literature about that, if anyone wants some of that tonight. Because it's gonna make it all harder for married women who have changed their last name to their husbands, any minority groups, poor people. I mean, it's gonna affect so many people, and we barely have like a third of the district voting anyway, so it's very important that we get that figured out too. But we're mainly tonight, we're just here to focus on the protest, so that's about all I think I had to say. Yeah, the de-escalation thing, if anybody is interested in that, we really need just a couple people to, make sure nobody does anything wacky. So, I think that's
Judy,
it.
did you have anything else you wanted to say?
I think you pretty well covered it.
Okay, good. Any questions, Evelyn?
Yes, how long is the protest? Because first I saw 1 to 3.
We did.
And I'm seeing 1 to 2.
1 to 2.
We cut it down to
One to
two,
two.
1 to
We
2.
cut it to
It's only an hour?
Yeah, but we're gonna be standing in front of the pavilion, the Civic
No.
Center. So it'll be on 51, correct, or 13?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
think if people wanna stay
When
longer.
people wanna leave, if they wanna stay.
Yeah, by
it's
all means.
okay.
You
It
don't
goes
have to.
back
Okay, because
No.
I have people asking me, why did it cut back?
Because they can't make it at
Yeah.
one.
I
I'm
Right.
worried about
But there
that.
wasn't anything legally that says we have to.
Oh, no,
No.
we can.
Okay,
Go
so
on as long as we like.
for anyone that don't know, I am Evelyn Fuqua and I have Southern Illinois.
Wonderful, okay.
I have like-minded women in Southern Illinois that I've recently formed, actually, the day Hillary lost, I formed it. So, a lot of them have come. And if you're interested in attending a great gathering of folks, I have another gathering coming up April 26th in Carterville at the community center. So see me before you leave, but this is a great way to, we're gonna socialize, we empower women, and it's not just, and it helps get the word out, so we spread the word out for everything that we're doing
Thank you.
on my Facebook page, on my Like Minded Women's Facebook page. I have 315 emails right now, and I have 400 members of the Facebook page. So, we have grown from 6 people to,
That's wonderful, and
Pardon me?
I have
that is at
actually,
11 a.m. Saturday, April 26th at Carterville Community Center. It is a $20 donation, it's lunch. We have the speaker Dan Kovitz coming from Springfield, and we have a couple other speakers that day. Normally we have Lynn Bouchard always out there too. So if you're interested, see me before you leave.
yes, thank you. I actually got hooked up with her through Facebook, so I haven't met her yet. We've just been I've been checking your posts out, and talking to people from her group, but we might have some overlap. I'm pretty sure we do.
I want
So,
your
yes.
full name again so I know who you are when I see your remarks on there.
Oh, wow, okay. I've never even spoken to this many people before, so. My name's Allison Powell, but my Facebook name is, my Facebook name ends with Poppy, P-A-P-E, but I have the full name on there, so.
Okay, thank
But
you.
I'll also be posting stuff through the Shawnee page and stuff like that. So if anybody has any social media things they want to ask me about, that's perfect. Just let me know. If anybody wants to start an Instagram, I'm gonna kind of feel out around for that.
Or get us on Blue Sky.
Or the Blue Sky, and TikTok is censoring everything. You guys probably aren't on that as much as the younger crowd is. I would love to get a TikTok started, but I'm afraid it will be just
You don't have
demolished.
a blue sky account.
Not yet,
Not
no,
for
we
the-
want one.
Not
So
yet.
if anyone wants to start on that, I have no idea about Blue Sky.
Well, that's where Indivisible has moved their stuff, they don't do Twitter
A lot of
anymore.
people-
Right.
It's all on Blue Sky and Mastodon.
Yes.
So sign this sheet under the social media if you're interested
Yes,
in doing
please.
any of that.
Oh, and what,
Did we have someone else have a
Oh.
question?
I did not have a question also, but I'm Cristina Castillo. I work at SIU School of Medicine.
Oh.
I'm the Hispanic Latino community outreach. And so I'm working also with Southern Illinois Immigrant Rights Project.
wonderful.
And we will be having a on May, and it is just about learning about the Hispanic Latino migrant community and on the news. Students from SIU are planning a peaceful protest this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. I have a little flyer that I will distribute. There's no attachment to any organization or anything. It's just very, after all the backlash for students and people like that. So it's just, and this is the majority of student advocates, and just trying to make a point and be heard about the issues. The majority are from Chicago. And there will be some challenging stories about what is their immigrant.
Wonderful.
And do you want it posted on our Facebook?
Yeah, it would
page?
be, yes, this is Saturday, I sent it to
What time?
because I didn't.
Oh, you didn't post it, okay.
It is at 10 a.m. It says here 10 to 4, but I don't think they are going
Right.
to go 10 to They were just saying no. Like,
Now, that's the March, but the May 5th meeting, what time is that?
the May at 5:30.
May 8th or 5:30?
May 5th at 5:30.
Oh, May
Cinco
5th.
de Mayo, yes.
I'll get it.
And where was that again?
And that's gonna be at the Newman Center.
And the March is the 29th, correct?
Yes, this Saturday. And like I said, I have little flyers.
Yes, that would be great. Anyone, and that was one thing I was gonna say too, I forgot. Any literature you guys have that you'd like possibly hand out, please bring it. We will do our best to get it to people at the day of the protest, or if they wanna do
There will be
something.
tables for literature. if anybody
Oh, and you
wants
can make
to.
your own sign too, I forgot.
We'll have a
Yeah.
table to make posters if you need to, so.
Right.
That's for me.
That's
For the
March,
protest.
the protest.
April
Yes,
5th,
on the
April
5th of
5th.
April.
Right, so we don't wanna get people.
No, I know.
We can make a sign right then.
Yep.
Right, then.
That's my
Yeah,
plan.
all right.
And I'll have some, I made up some signs already,
So
so I'll
there'll be
have,
already some pre-made.
12 or 15 signs.
And you don't have to hold a sign, you can stand with us, but
Of course.
yeah, we'd love it if you would,
And I
so.
think, be assured with the, if you can bring your folks in too.
Yes.
And with Evelyn's connection, we could have a really
Yeah.
good sized crowd. And I encourage people to, we're not permission for a march, but if there's enough people, we can line Illinois Avenue all the way up to Main and then across in front of the pavilion
Yeah.
where the Peace Coalition's, so we can just cover that whole area.
Not walking, just
Yeah.
on the
Stand
ground.
down, yeah.
Yes.
Stand
But
on ground.
we will be seen on 51 north and south and on 13 east and west.
Yes.
And we'll get the media there.
Are you still taking questions?
Yes, of course.
I missed something about de-escalation. What were you talking about?
There is this
There's a training link if you want to take it for any reason, for your own safety, for helping us out in the protest.
You do have
If I can send an email link to you, we have your email address.
I'll make sure, I will definitely have it up here.
Okay.
I'll check with you.
I actually typed up, or wrote down a few things from it, it's more just like distracting people, don't yell back at them, stuff like that.
I didn't see that. I don't know if you guys are aware.
Hold on, we got somebody here.
Yeah, they've got.
No, please.
No, go ahead.
Indivisible Illinois has got
Yes.
some great trainings, and they
Yes.
did one called Know Your Rights. How to
Yep.
protect yourself.
They've
and
got a
your
lot of
rights.
good training,
So,
coming out of
I
there.
encourage you to know your rights.
Yes.
Yes,
What you should say, not say, what you should do, not do,
Yeah.
especially as
Yep.
things are ramping up.
Yeah.
I'll probably be the first to panic and make a mistake.
What is your name, may I ask?
On Facebook, I'm Josh Lubabel.
Okay, I know, yes. See, we always trying to figure out who each other are.
But I'm not really Josh.
That's hilarious. I just sent you a.
Yeah, I just signed you up, I can't remember her name.
What is your real name? Are you really Josh?
No.
Okay.
Bless.
Bless. Okay, awesome. I need to get with both of you later, if you don't mind, so we can talk about the SIU.
And while, can I just say a couple other things?
Yeah, oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm making notes of things. I would like to see us get more diversity in Indivisible.
Yes.
Me too.
And I was going to encourage everyone here to bring someone other than an older white woman.
That
No
would be great.
offense.
I
Yeah,
know.
one of them.
Yes.
I made a list. I thought of a couple of young ladies I might invite.
Oh, please do.
And I'd really like, my work has been as an advocate and working with people with disabilities. And I'd like to get the disability community involved.
That would be wonderful.
Well, you're actually looking at one of the disability people, which is
Here
why I
too.
have all the time to do all this,
Good.
because I haven't worked in so long.
Yeah. And so, there's so much going on.
Yes.
They tried to get away with recently get rid of the IDEA Act and
Mhm.
underground years.
That would be wonderful.
So anybody that has someone that, knows someone with a disability, if they would come, that'd be awesome. Yes, ma'am.
My daughter-in-law is Brittany Fuquay, who is the regional director of Special Olympics.
Excellent.
And she
That'd be
has
great.
come to at least one of our gatherings.
Good.
And so I think, since you brought that up, that she's
She and I
highlighted
could
what
work
she's
together.
done.
That'd be awesome.
And so I'll speak with
Please.
her.
Because
Yes.
those are folks that sometimes need assistance just to get
Yes,
here.
exactly.
Or to find out what's
Good,
going
good
on.
idea.
And that's gonna be the one, sorry,
No,
one of the
that's
first
good.
groups
This is-
to lose their rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You
Mhm.
lose your money,
Yeah.
you lose your
Security, all of
communication,
that.
and all you're looking for, you're losing your health care, and all you need is a darn meal and a ride to the doctor.
They won't
And
even-
you're living for that.
Mhm.
And it's like, wait a minute, so I really wanna pull that group in.
Yes,
if we
please.
can.
And, I'm sorry, what did you say was that you're with? What group were you talking about? I mean, you said
No
disabled.
particular group, I work with people with
Okay,
disabilities. That's
gotcha.
been my career.
Gotcha.
I'm retired, trying to
Understood.
So anyway.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I thought That's wonderful.
Anybody have any questions back here? You guys have any questions or?
I have one little one.
All right.
Do you have like a not-for-profit status fund so that we can donate and help you fund some of your political?
We do have an Act Blue account, so.
Act Blue.
Are you talking about a 501c3 type thing?
We do not have a 501c3,
Yeah.
but we have an Act Blue account through Indivisible National set up.
Okay, so they kind of disperse it through that.
I think we're just in there as Indivisible Shawnee. Just go to Act Blue. I can't even remember how to do that. That's a good question though.
Yeah, we will try to find that out and get that information out.
Yeah.
We're more
I
looking
can
for
post
hands
that.
on
I
deck
can
right
post it.
now, so.
Do you
What's
know
that?
if there's
What?
I had such a loud voice.
Oh, no, that's wonderful. And we encourage you all to get to know each other and please exchange numbers, all of that stuff, so we can have good contact within the groups. That's kind of what I was trying to do tonight with this, when I just kind of jumped into their group, so. I literally did. I was like, I'm going for it, so.
Good. She gave us a shot in the arm, so. We don't really have a lot of meetings. Like I say, it's been Mary and I pretty much for all these years, and a lot of people have showed up to our different events and we appreciate that. So it's just kind of, I've always had the philosophy that I just don't like to have a lot of meetings. And
Right.
there's not a reason to have a meeting. We all have plenty of meetings to go to.
We're more focused
But
on action.
in a way, that's why we kind of set up these little committees then, so the committee can have a meeting then and decide what they want to do to move forward to try to improve some of our stuff. But if people are interested, if you feel better, you can send us a message or something and ask for a meeting and we'll try to set something else up. Or we may just do Google Meet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna see how that turns
Yeah.
out tonight, and we're gonna.
But we thought it would be good to just, because people don't really know us that
Yeah.
well, it'd be good to just meet with people face to face for the, and get to know people a little bit better.
No, we
Go
don't
from
have
there.
an Act Blue with our name on it.
We don't? Okay, I'll have to figure that
We'll
out.
figure that out, because,
Related to that, do you know, like, if you go to indivisible.org, Illinois, is there a Shawnee section on their website?
Indivisible Illinois is actually a separate, group.
Yeah.
Every
Every group is separate.
Affiliated with that. We are part of it.
So we kind of share amongst ourselves.
You can find our group through National. Anybody
Yes.
can find our group
Okay.
through National.
And
And-
then we like send messages.
Yes, indivisible.org.
And they do have wonderful training sessions for
Oh,
all types of stuff.
Yeah, great.
It really is. Yes, ma'am.
I got it.
But you're accessible, we're accessible on Facebook, right? Do
What do you
we have a Facebook page?
Yes,
Right.
We've
So-
got the Indivisible Shawnee page,
Yeah.
which is public, and then we have the discussion page, which you cannot share from, and you can talk how you,
Right.
well, within
That's a
reason.
private page, you have to
Yeah.
be a member, but it's
Right.
also, you know.
What are you using Signal?
I've been thinking about that, actually. That's what Indivisible recommends is.
I have a funny story then. I was just on a national Zoom call with the actual leaders every Thursday at 2. Apparently last week at the 2 o'clock, MAGA people got into the call and they were harassing Indivisible about using the Signal
Yeah,
app.
because of
So,
the.
so they were using that as a what's wrong with you people, and then ha ha ha, because now we know what happened. So they will stay off of our meeting, they'll stay out of our meetings, but once again, we're not a Democrat meeting, so
No.
even they said, everybody's welcome on our calls.
In fact, I would say we're looking to get more Republicans involved that are,
right
that are
now.
anti what's going on, because I don't think that's what they signed up for, most of them, so.
But it won't be Mike Boss people, trust me.
No, you never know, I'm working on that one.
They probably won't make it to our private page though, but they can come on
Yeah.
our individual show.
Oh, yeah. And, that's a real good way to get a hold of us, because we all three have access to that, so.
Can I kind of ask if people are interested in actually physically coming to meetings? Would you like to come again if we did this in another, well, then I guess we can.
It's,
Then we'll
it's
have a-
supportive.
I think about like once a month.
It is.
These are unique summer operations.
Right, and since we have so many groups, leaders, we should
Oh,
all,
yeah.
I think that's a great idea, so we'll, once a
We
month.
can do that like a monthly thing. Is this location work for people?
It engages people more in the
Absolutely.
process.
Yes, I agree, and that's why we did the live stream too, for people who weren't able to.
Well, and I
physically be here.
never told you there were cookies and water.
Oh, yeah, by the way, you can get some at some point.
No lunch, no
The
fancy
waving
guys.
guys
Yeah.
back there.
We're pretty, basic as
Yeah,
far as,
basic.
we're action
Where did
oriented,
we get
so.
hands-on t-shirts?
I got this off Amazon.
So-
It was like $13, so it barely made it in time, so I think if you order tonight, you might be able to get it before the protest, so, yes ma'am.
Okay, I saw in some of your memos that you bring your sign or you'll make a sign there. Are you providing materials that
Yes.
day?
Mhm. We will have a table set up for that Mary's
Okay,
got.
okay.
covered.
Markers
All
and
right.
poster boards.
I wanted to make sure of that, because I got people asking that as well.
And we do ask that nobody uses like curse words or, you know.
Right.
Because some people are getting real out there with it.
The pictures are good.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have a
Yes.
All right,
suggestion.
where did the sign
Yes.
up sheets end up?
Hold on now.
The three of you talk at the same time, and we can't hear you. And if the person speaking would stand, that would help. But all of you talking at the same time, I'm not sure what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
I apologize, yes.
That's okay.
Next time I'm gonna make sure you're right in this seat right here.
No, no, they can't hear either.
Oh, okay.
They just don't want to say something.
Yeah, it's better if we talk one at a time.
Okay.
It's been a little much, a little fast.
Next time, how about we have a mic, because that's really easy to do.
Yeah, that would be
All right,
better.
we'll do that next time.
We kind of just threw this together on the fly because, well, I think they'd been planning on it. We didn't realize it was gonna be so big for the protest. So this is kind of just our putting feelers out meeting for the first.
I thought about 10 people might come. so-
Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking
We're
too,
really
so.
pleased, yeah. And Mary and I are used to throwing things together at the last minute, that's how we've been operating for the last several years, is just throw our
And-
rallies together within a week or 10 days and get
So
out.
that would be considered like one of the rapid actions.
That would be a rapid
Okay,
action.
gotcha.
Yes.
I applaud you guys too for getting us together, because that's what I've been missing.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
That's wonderful. Oh, we appreciate all of you.
We sure do. And
We need all of us
yes,
together.
and any actions, I'm sorry, go on.
Go ahead.
any actions you can do will help us. I mean, literally anything. If you just make one phone call a week, that would be wonderful. We got all types of things you guys can sign up for.
And
so.
if you need to talk to somebody because of how you're feeling, just private message us and we'll answer
Yep.
you if you want to little chat back and forth.
You just triggered my memory on
Yeah.
something. If I could just share this with you real quick. I'm involved with another group that some other people see me at. And we're working on something for emotional support. And as we get that together, I would like to offer that to you.
That would be
We
wonderful.
already have, I don't have it with me, but I will be happy to share it online, a really cool meditation
Ooh.
that a friend of mine wrote. He's 85, he's seen a few things, and it starts out, little feelings, little insights, big feelings, big insights, and it goes from there. And we really need the support.
Oh, yeah.
So when I get this going more, I've been meeting with someone to get this going for this other group, I would like to bring that to this group. I think
We would
we'll
appreciate
all
that,
benefit.
yes.
Oh,
I hope we'll have a meeting.
Yes.
Yes, Evan.
Okay, real quickly, I don't wanna keep taking the sunshine here, but when I formed Like-Minded Women of Southern Illinois, unless that is what that was about, it was for emotional support.
Exactly.
And it went on into something a little more, and we started meeting 6 people, 8 people, 20 people. Then this started with 44 in my house one day. And so last week we divided up. We've been at Giant City, we've been at a church in Marion, it grows. And our big focus is, I need someone to sit with because I don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah.
And that has been my first focus. We have plans now to divide up a little bit and become a hub. At our April 26th meeting, we will talk about how we become a hub, and the spokes will go off, where if you want to do political action, you want to do phone calls, you want to do protests, you want to just have someone to call and talk to. You want to call someone and be mad.
Yeah.
And we have, there's Kelly, you know, and so we just got people who have these ambitions to help everyone, to be a part. So once again, I applaud anyone who is helping with all this, and I wish all of you had known what we've been like for a while, but we stayed undercover. We called ourselves a underground railroad for a long time. We did not know how we would be perceived or if we were safe.
Yeah.
And now we charge right into Giant City Lodge where the Republican pictures are all over the wall. And we have 140 women for lunch. So anyway, we will meet some of the needs. We have men show up too. Let me tell you, my husband's done a lot of work to help us. And so just, you know, understand if someone says, I just need to be in a room with with like-minded people, and that's what my group is. And I do have break-off groups planned because we had 206 people in October. We plan to have over 200 in April. So anyway, we're growing, but we're here. We're here. So just get my
Are they
number.
gonna be at the protest on April 5th?
I have my Facebook page has already put that out there. My email group, now I have my email group consists of anyone who attends.
Okay.
Okay, that's how that's grown. So starting about 6, I have 315, which means that sometime 315 of these people have attended one of our gatherings. We don't call them a meeting, it's a gathering.
Right.
We gather for the needs of our emotional issues.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have a very young daughter that cries about what's going on in our government. And we're not reaching these kids to give them support and tell them how much we care.
That's one reason
That's a
why
good
I'm
point, yeah.
excited to get with SIU, because I know a lot of young kids are struggling with this, and we're not getting to them somehow, so.
Yes.
I agree
Allison.
with you with regards to, well, everything, emotional well-being right now, because it's a collective psychological warfare, right?
Yes.
And so, for when we do our projects, and it's just, we always go first of all, meditation. But then we also do everything for the Hispanic community with regards to mental health, because they're really in a big disadvantage. They're targeted, and it is imminent threat for many of them. but also a lot of people here in the university are going through these issues that they don't really know who to talk to, what to talk to, or the sense of what they're asking for is way too much, right? Because it's the we're seen under you don't belong. And so that's one of the things that we usually try to do. First, the mental health, the medications, what we have right now, that it is tangible, that it is making us happy. I think that the most important thing is that we cannot allow all of this to take away our joy, and to take away our actions, right? To even to continue being, I always use the word alchemy, to alchemize that anger into something good for others, and like in our case, for us and all of you, the majority of you white people here, if you see somebody that is black and brown, LGBT, just smile at them, because we cannot undermine the power of a smile. That in itself says, picks up your endorphins, and you feel better and accepted and welcome, and not judged or blamed or assumed. And I think that that's what, at least in those little pieces of kindness, it's where we can get that joy and continue. But it is tough. Yes, it's extremely tough, and for me it's extremely tough. And to see what I have around me and the people that I am trying to help, and at the same time provide hope and help them create hope, but not false hope, also realistic, that we cannot do anything about what is happening, at least in our community. We just can't. We just have to be prepared, not scared. And that was one of the things that we have.
I like that one.
Well, that is one of the reasons why Indivisible speaks to me so strongly, is because we are a political action group. We're here to do things and to participate and to support groups like yours, the LGBTQ groups, all of the groups, and that's what appeals to me about Indivisible. I'm a person that likes to do things, and so it works for me. So that's why we invite people to participate as much as possible. It's Kelly.
I think it was a quote from Dr. King. Silence is complicit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That is so true.
Very true. So, anybody else? What time is it? We have this room till 8 o'clock, so we can, we don't really.
Got about an hour.
Much more to, what's that?
It's 10 to 7 right now.
10 to 7, so we got a lot of time. If you guys want to socialize or have a cookie and some water. What else?
I have something else I want to say, and I feel like you said that I don't want to take no sunshine or whatever.
Oh, you're fine.
I think this seems to be like a good brainstorming kind of meeting here, and I'm liking it. I like the energy in this group. But one of the things I find that won't take my joy when I'm out doing something is singing.
Yes, that's
And when
actually.
we're together as a group,
Yes.
we need to have a few songs.
Well,
Short songs, I know there's long songs, but short songs that people can pick up on the spur of the moment.
We have.
And have
sorry.
joy. Have joy while
Yeah,
we
two
watch.
musicians right here in the house.
2 musicians in the house.
I also have all these chants.
I do a little bit, yeah.
Protests too, if anybody
I
wants to
play
start
drums
singing,
and guitar
we
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we need it.
Love
Yes.
guitar player.
I just had an idea that I think, it's not immediate, but, I had heard that the people that need food now and the organizations that provide it for them are starting to see a decrease in
Yes.
significantly. Why don't we as an organization do a food drive?
That would be wonderful. That'd be
And
a
that would
great.
give us a presence in the
It would give us a
Yeah.
presence and it would give
That's a
us
great
the
idea.
opportunity to talk to people.
We need a committee.
I know. I would like to let that committee. That's a great idea.
Yes, people would be interested in participating in something like
We
that.
could do, and we could do that at our event in April, everyone bring some food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do
Yeah.
that.
Good
Let's
start.
do that.
I got a
One
spiral.
up
Add that on.
Add that on there.
I got a spiral notebook here somewhere that I can get a piece of paper from.
Yeah, somewhere there.
That.
I'd like to add a thought to the need for more food. I'd like to add a thought to the need for more food. I've had a backyard garden for years. I cut it back when my husband died. I don't need all of this. No, my garden is gonna be full blown this year. So if anybody feels like plant a garden because you can share healthy, nourishing food. And we will do that on Elm Street. Somebody else does that too. Okay. Plant a garden, folks.
One more thing, this is about community too, just as much as it is about. This is about community too, and while we're in Carbondale, because basically that's the most liberal place in Southern Illinois, we're looking to get everybody that we can in this district, this congressional district. So, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, talk to your coworkers, whoever you feel safe doing so. But invite whoever you can to this protest, because I think this is going to be our first really big nationwide event. So. All of these other things we're definitely going to work on. We're writing them down. But this today, we really want to focus on April 5th because we have literally just me and Mary so far as leading it. So
I just want to say something I think she mentioned about how the administration is trying to scare us any way they can, which is why now they're disappearing people. And they're activists, and right now they're not white. And I'm not telling anybody this to scare them, but somebody from Washington State that is Hispanic, I believe, and an indivisible member was picked up.
Today, yeah.
Yesterday, the day before.
And they were actually talking about it on the call too, and I think they have the ACLU already.
That, and of course their indivisible locals are all supporting it, but that's a big fear, and we are here to help each other, not because it scares me. I'm disabled. I can't go to jail. You know what I mean? I don't want to end up something weird happening. So that's why we all need to be together and all be on that same page. Don't let them scare us. We can't let them scare us. Fight, fight, fight.
I like that. Be prepared, not scared.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I guess we didn't really have a sheet for April 5th, so
Well,
we need people that are interested in doing photography.
I put it on the sheet and I put April 5th.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay,
They
good.
could
Thank
do
you.
that for April 5th.
Good.
Okay,
and
good.
yeah, if you guys talk to anyone later after this meeting that you find that wants to do that, please let us know because we really need some folks.
Yeah, they're interested. I'm not gonna be able to be there, unfortunately. I've got prior family commitment. Judy can't be there, unfortunately, so it's on these guys.
So does he.
Well, that's
Wonderful.
Okay.
Please do.
I'll wait pictures.
And then just send them through Messenger or something
Or
like
even
that.
if you post them, just tag
What
us
about
in them.
security? Anybody interested in helping out with security at all? Just keeping an eye out or?
It's you.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
with
you.
your-
Well, and what's your name, ma'am?
Martha. Wonderful.
I'm sorry.
Martha.
Martha?
Rich here says he put his hand up halfway.
Kelly,
If
you
you
would
need
be
it.
good at security.
I'm just
I
trying
was
to
gonna
get
say, I know
this.
Tai Chi,
And-
that'll help.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, I recommend Kelly Foster.
Okay.
Yeah, Kelly, are you gonna be there, Kelly?
I am.
Okay, well, you're a good
Yes.
security.
Yeah,
person.
she's.
will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Yeah.
more about getting people to just stay
Yeah,
on the
put Kelly
sidewalk.
Foster down.
Kelly Foster, what's that?
And then, sir, what's your name?
David?
David?
Okay, awesome. David, what?
Ambler?
Ambler?
Pamphlet.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
And you said there's a training video on that?
Yes.
Yes, I actually already took some notes from it. They're having it, I think, like every day until.
Yeah, I
April
have the
15th.
link.
And it's on the national,
not be me.
on the national?
Yes, we can send you a link to
Yeah, I
it too.
can send the link so you don't have to go searching.
In fact, we'll probably I think we should just go ahead and send that link to everyone, just so
I
they
think
can.
that'd be a great
Okay.
idea.
we
Yeah.
can do that.
Can you
We'll have to-
text it instead of sending it
I can
on
also
line?
do that.
Yes, if
I
you-
believe I
Probably
can have
should
your
be there.
info.
Can't make it.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, what about? oh.
I just wanted to say, you gotta be aware and watching, because when we protested outside of Bost's office during the not in-person town hall meeting, we went to the main drag in Murfreesboro, I don't know if it's Walnut Street, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, we had a some negative responses, but we had a young man that came by 3 times in his truck, and eventually, I don't know how you do this, but I guess put it in neutral to spin his tires.
Yes.
Oh, and between the exhaust and burning tires, and then he put it into drive, so it fishtailed right in front of the courthouse. We were all in front of the courthouse. And it came towards the sidewalk. Didn't come up on the sidewalk, but we were standing on the sidewalk. Nobody got hurt. Other people got video of it. And he was videotaping the crowd as he did this. So he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. I called the police, and they are blocked north. You can see the police station from in front of the courthouse. They sent out an officer. She, of course, didn't find him. And I wasn't sure about the plate number, but with the help of other people who videotaped parts of it, I got that. And then it took me about a week, but I went and wrote it. I went to the police station afterwards. The sergeant in charge tried to talk me out of it and said, you know, what do you think his purpose was? What do you, and what were you doing there? And I said, we're protesting what was going on. And then he kept asking me questions about, you know, what was he doing? And I said, are you asking me to get a red hat, ball cap on? No. But, you know, and I wasn't sure. I knew he had a ball cap on his t-shirt, but, you know, anyway, the officer that got sent out on it, I gave it to her. I said to him, there's 3 security cameras on the front of the courthouse, so they'll have some video of it. Well, what do you expect out of this? And I said, well, I don't know if it's reckless driving, but doesn't it probably warrant a ticket? And then he said, well, you know, you'll have to testify if something happens. And I said, well, I did that for 31 years when I worked for the Department of Children and Family Services. I'm okay with that. And then it was, I don't know if the state's attorney will do anything about it, and then you don't know what will happen in court. And I said, well, you know, I grew up with a dad who was a judge and on the bench for 46 years, so I think I kind of know how the legal process works, and I'm still willing to make a complaint. So the officer that they assigned to it, she took it. Now, whether anything happens, I just wanted somebody to talk to me because he was being a young, silly, non-thinking person. But had it come up on the sidewalk, somebody could have been hurt. And
Definitely, yes.
Very close.
he needs to think about what he's doing. But anyway.
Thank you, because I was there, and I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, we had video of that sent to us, so I posted it at one point.
I'm glad you brought up what I realize is the difference between Murphy and Carbondale. When we set up the boss rally, I called the cops over there, and they said, oh, don't worry about it. We don't bother with stuff like that. They were not interested in providing any security. Or when I called my friends here in the Carbondale police office, they were on the schedule, and we've not had police presence at all because we hadn't needed it in the previous ones.
No.
But I let them know this is going to be a much bigger one, so they will be around on the 5th.
And we have never had, over the 8 years, 7, 8 years that Mary and I have been doing rallies on the streets like that, we've never had one problem. But you just have to be prepared for it, that's all.
And
Okay, one more thing, anybody interested in doing interviews with the newspaper?
Anybody
across your county?
people that are affected
Yes.
by,
Oh, that day.
We have,
that's right.
Kelly Foster will do it.
and
we
then,
need 3 people, we actually just need 3 people that have some, how it's been affected, that the news people would want to talk to. So it like kind of needs to be 3 people from doing whatever that this has affected somehow, that they can tell them how this affected me. That's what we
It
need.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
You can speak to that.
We've got memorable like-minded women. Dana McKenzie and both her husband, who's a veteran, and her son have had challenges getting treatment at the VA because first, the son had MS and had COVID. Yes, MS. He's on medication for that. And then he got diagnosed with COVID. And the evening they went, the VA couldn't access their database to see what interacts with the COVID medicine, to see if it was going to affect his medicine for MS because of Elon and his Netwit hackers. And so they couldn't even access that. And that was something that the staff there shared. So that kind of stuff has impaired their ability to provide medical service to our veterans.
Would they be interested in speaking, maybe?
I could talk to Dana and
Okay.
see.
It's interview.
Right, well, yes, that's
Well,
what I
and we
meant.
don't really know exactly what a reporter's gonna ask,
No.
but.
You don't know, and then they'll ask you a lot of stuff, and you'll talk for quite a while, and then they'll show maybe 3 things what you said, so they cut a lot out of it.
We
So
just
don't be
wanna, we
afraid.
just wanna be prepared and have
Yeah.
it ready, so we're not searching for somebody
Right.
at the last minute to give an interview.
And they may wander around and ask
They,
people
hopefully
too,
they would
so,
do that,
yeah.
but they, apparently from my indivisible training, we're supposed to have 3 people prepared.
Yes, that's.
So Kelly will, and
I
anybody,
Kelly will.
Yeah, like I said, but I'm not a person that is directly affected right now, so I want to stand back from that, but I do want to say, yeah, I was interviewed by a reporter for the Southern, at the Boss one, and, I said a lot.
well,
that's
that's
Right.
good, if you've had experience with interviews,
That would be great.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Bonnie Cotter.
Oh, Bonnie Cotter, okay, sure.
I started to actually be Bonnie Swift, that's my maiden name, just so my husband doesn't have to go.
Right?
He knows Boss, because my husband's a pilot.
Well, I did want to say one thing regarding that. I am eventually wanting to plan at the next recess, perhaps, it might be the one after that, we do want to do an in-person town hall. He won't come, so we're having the Democrats, we're looking into all the details for that too. So if anybody wants to help with that, that would be great too. I think that's actually how I was gonna plan that, and then I just realized, oh, I have no idea how to do any of this, but I'm gonna do it.
So we'll start with this.
Luckily, I ran
and
into
then
them,
we'll go
so yeah, that'll be on the agenda too.
to- All right.
I have one other thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
But if you need it, someone
I have one other thing.
Yes.
You mentioned, starting to look at going to become hang on a minute, let me get my words.
No, you're fine, I do the same thing.
Yeah. To run for office.
Yes.
Yes.
And today on, I think it was on Morning Joe, they had, Mallory, hang on, she has written a book. She's a young woman from Michigan that, and she has written a book. And let me look it up and tell you where.
One second, no, you guys said you were interested in taking pictures, correct? Can I get your names?
Pamela Smith.
I'm sorry?
Pamela
Okay, gotcha,
Smith.
gotcha.
Okay.
Just trying to.
There's 4 of us in Southern Illinois.
So,
Okay.
this is
That's gotta be fun.
this is what it looks like. It's the title is Kate Won't Win,
Yes, I
but
will.
what she has done,
Here.
what she has done is, it actually is just a stepwise of how you start getting ready to run for office. So it's brand new, it just came out.
It sounds like a great resource.
Yeah.
Let me just add to that.
Her name is
Hard to put it.
Oh, yeah.
Mallory
The name.
Morrow. That's a bunch of
I think
M's.
use the phone, actually.
Mallory.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Morrow.
He's on top of it.
Morrow, M-O-R-R-O-W. Yeah.
Hate won't win? What's the name?
Hate won't win. Yes.
All right, let me just add to that, because Vivian Robinson is our central committee chairwoman, and she is a great contact if anybody does want to run for office. She can point you in the right direction, give you tools, assistance to do so.
I help everybody down here in campaign. If they call me, I said, and Glenn Bouchard is the state central committee man. So if people want to run for things, they usually call us, and, we set up with them, we, give them a list of things to do, and talk to them about strategy and different ideas and things like that. So, if you want to run, give me a call, I'll be excited to help you. And the other thing about the media interview, and you want somebody to actually experience it, well, women's issues, if one of you strong women here want to talk about that, that's near and dear to my heart, and, I bring that in every interview I do, because
That's good.
this guy wants to take our rights, you know,
Yes, right.
take even our voting rights.
Oh, I have a giant,
Take
I'm
your
about to
name.
say that.
So you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, oh, I'm
So
very,
let's put that in there.
that would be.
So I have I just want to share one personal story.
I couldn't fail.
Hold up, one personal story about running for office, because I moved down here in 2017, didn't know anybody, reached out to the local indivisible, and I started getting to know people, met Mary, lots of people, and just started going to meetings and just getting to know people. I never once did I ever think about running for political office in my life, not one time. And I was approached by the Democratic Party of Jackson County to run for the county board for District 7, and so that was 3 years ago. So I did that, and I won. I did my second term, so now I'm serving my second term, so anyway, do it. I'm enjoying it. It's a fun thing to do. You really feel like you can make a difference, and you know, it's a position that suits me, and so just look for something that suits you. Don't be afraid to do it.
One other thing I was gonna say is, that will be something we're focusing on, as far as if there is a candidate against, that's gonna run against Bose, we will be throwing our weight behind whoever it is, Republican, Democrat, at this point, anyone.
We're
So-
looking for somebody. I'm sure Vivian's looking for
Non-MAGA,
somebody.
anyway.
Kelly, did you have something else?
Well, I was gonna say, I spoke to Brandon from Southern Illinois and, at one of Judy's, at rallies earlier. I don't know if it was the President's Day one or which one now. We've had so many, they're all running together, but I will work to get 3 different people. You're talking about a veteran, a farmer.
Yes.
And what's the third
Well,
category?
teacher,
Anyone-
anybody that's afraid of losing their
Forest
job or has
worker.
lost their job.
Somebody-
Forest
yeah.
worker, I
Well, it's
have,
a state forest here, so we're
Yeah.
in state forest.
anybody who's being affected by the cuts to like Medicare, Medicaid, Department of Education, all
I'm
that
thinking there was
stuff.
one person from the Shawnee National Forest that had been cut. I wonder if we.
Well,
could-
that was a
great.
cut.
Right.
I just thought it was a state forest, and I don't know that they've done.
Yeah, it's a national,
Oh, national.
yeah, I was thinking it was, but that would be
Okay,
great to
then
get
yes,
them.
let's find one of them.
So Kelly, if, I also wanted to ask everyone if you could make sure to leave your emails and phone numbers if you are interested in anything, or even just being on the group or whatever. We're trying to build up the email list. Okay, good, wonderful. Never mind.
And I will direct the press to the people that we find to talk to the press, because
Yes.
I want those names beforehand, so I can say, yes, right here, talk to her, or talk to him,
Yes.
and talk to her.
Or let's go over that real quick. Just if you volunteered to do something on April 5th, check in with these guys. They'll be at the plaza,
We'll have a
Mary
table.
and Allison, and then that way they'll know that you're there and they can count on you. And
When you're saying
Settle
plaza,
there.
where do you mean?
it's in front of the Civic Center. There's that
Okay,
brick
I wanna
area.
make sure I
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying.
I keep
Their
calling it a
walkway.
plaza.
It's okay.
They're gonna have tables set up there, and that's where the poster making will take place, so it'll be kind of a hub.
It's your
So,
turn. I remember that.
Okay, yeah.
yes, and Judy, the people that you said were bringing stuff, that they can meet them there.
Cindy's got that
Oh,
covered.
okay, wonderful.
What is your
Okay,
name?
wonderful.
Cindy.
Cindy.
Asta, ASTA.
And how many tables do you have? One?
I've got two 4-footers and a 6-footer. So we can take them all.
So we have
if you want.
3.
Okay, because if I
that's
I
fine.
need one, but I can bring my own. Or
Okay,
I
well,
think we just need one.
I don't know why you need that many tables.
I just need a table for the poster.
Right.
Well, I
that's
think
all.
that if she brings
Yeah.
3 tables, that's.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fine.
well,
I just said, I just.
I was thinking-
one of the bigger tables will be placed at the 15 or so posters that I've made will be laid out.
Alrighty
like that. And then a table for, sign-ups, if you want information, a table for the brochures, the flyers and stuff about
Okay.
other.
So maybe, would there be room for poster making
Sure.
on those? Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, what I do is I put those on the inside, not on the sidewalk side, but at the
With 3
inside,
tables,
yeah.
we'll make it work.
Yeah,
Yes, you will.
I think we can figure
Okay,
that out.
very good. Anyway, check with them.
Does anyone have any questions about the actual day of? No?
Are we gonna go rain or shine?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
We're
there's-
making a plan.
It's nationwide.
It is
Do
nationwide, oh yeah, that's another thing.
Okay.
Don't let them.
Where do you park?
Oh, there's
That's
a
a good
big
question.
parking behind the civic center, it's the city hall, there's a big parking lot there, and
It's
there's
Saturday.
street parking, and you'll find plenty of parking.
Across the street.
Well, unless 2,000 people show up and then just don't
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't be there.
No, we will still be there.
We'll be there. Yeah, there's parking next to the pavilion that's on 13. And then there's parking, come back this way around the old railroad station.
Yes.
And then behind on the west side of the civic center, there's quite a bit of parking. And since it's Saturday, the civic center will be free.
Yeah, the city will be closed, so there should be plenty of parking there. And it is a national event, and then Indivisibles and women's groups and Move On, and I can even name all the different
Mobilize,
organizations that are coming out, so it's really, I'm excited about it. It's something that we've been calling for, we need one national thing for all of us to show up for, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy on it.
And it's probably just the first of many,
Yeah.
I would think.
And that's part of what we want.
Gotta love it. I love the train. All right, you guys have anything else?
No, I think we're covered. Just make sure if you're willing to do anything, you communicate with me or Mary on the Indivisible Shawnee page or on our personal pages, whatever. Just so we can.
Yeah, we'll set up another meeting.
We'll give
Another
it
meeting in a month or so, and if you guys have topics you want to talk about or questions, or maybe we'll get more information, you know.
More ideas.
No, we have not.
Nobody shows up.
Okay, are you sure? All right.
You were tired?
Well,
you want anything?
Okay. And this is for the folks.
What is it?
It's to go talk to boss at,
Oh, Washington DC,
she said she would do it.
okay, I think we'll see.
But it'll be fun to
You're gonna fly out with
film
me?
it.
Well, it's free
It's
right
free,
now.
it's
if you
paid
wanna
for.
fly there.
No, I'm not going.
Oh, you don't wanna go bring it on her?
I don't
Yeah, she's
fly.
gonna go, she said, I don't wanna fly either.
Judy, I've got your email, I'll forward that, register that.
That's wonderful.
Let me know what I have to do and then talk to you once. Because I
Well,
gotta talk to
they have a
somebody.
whole thing, they have a whole packet, so I will forward that to
Judy,
you.
I'll go with you, because I just be calling in so much.
Josh?
I would love to go with you.
Josh, right?
You know,
That's
well,
your email, right? Josh?
Hurry.
I do believe, I think I have it in here.
Oh, I think
Good,
we'll
you're
be
good.
well.
We'll have it on the screen. That would be
Well,
amazing.
We can
Heck
raise,
yeah.
we can raise the state, can't we?
Yes, please do.
we're gonna get into some good trouble.
Yes, ma'am. I have a special place in my heart for that man,
I will
so.
say.
Jenny?
Yeah, he got in on one of the time also, they didn't take his question.
No,
Oh,
I was the
that's
one
right.
on that phone call that, about the SAVE Act where
Yeah,
he
so he really
just gaslighted
was
me.
about it.
I'm like, I'm an election judge, but I didn't